He likes to do everything the hard way. Right, is it on? Oh, we're on. Yes. There you go. I didn't know.
Flick the kettle.
Yeah, he likes to do everything the hard way. If he was a farmer, he'd when he's herding, he'd count the legs and divide by 4. That's the handiest way to count them.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. Thanks a million for coming, lads.
No bother.
You keep in.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
He's fucking clear, lads.
You'll have to keep on to him. He's pushing back from the cliff.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped talking since he came in. The minute the red light comes on, that's it. He goes all quiet. That's a sure sign of guilt. Lads, how was your journey up?
Yeah, grand lad. Tore up the road. It's quiet out.
2 of you drove up?
Yeah.
2 of you working today?
Yep. I was.
No, I wasn't. There was no funeral there. And
keep this into your
I'm
face.
sorry, I wasn't. No, there was a funeral there, so we weren't working today there with the company we were working with, but working there all before the Christmas anyway, and till now.
Till now. How long are you home?
Oh, was it December? Start of December is usually when we finish the season, depending on the weather and how much work is still in Texas or whatever, but usually December or middle of December. You'll get home for the Christmas if you do go around.
How many seasons have you done?
I've done 3 in America and 2 in New Zealand now.
Fucking sounds awesome. And you, Tucker?
2 in New Zealand and 1 in America.
Which is your favourite?
America.
Why?
No, the lifestyle is better in New Zealand. You'll have savage crack there, but you just won't make a bob.
Really? Because you're spending it.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to watch things like, and you would save money, but sure, we live like kings over there. It's good crack now. I loved it there. Like.
So when you're over there, like, what is the work day? What is the work balance? So if you're going to spend the money, you can't spend it all in one night. Like, you must be going out every night.
Oh, you would, yeah. You fellas go. every day you would have a beer in your hand there, like. But it's just laid back. It's not a session, like, you know. But it's just relaxed, kind of there in the evening or whatever. There'll be lads, whoever call around to the yard and do a few battles and. But you should go down to like the Queenstown thing, so you blow 1,500 or 2,000 now.
What?
Yeah.
On what?
It's poison deer there, like. Things are like.
Fags are $50.
Keep this close to your.
Yeah, fags are
$50 nearly now.
Getting
Yeah.
up there, yeah.
For 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse than here.
Oh, way worse, yeah.
50 New Zealand, which is probably about €30. It's probably €30. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's mad.
It is, yeah.
I always find it interesting when I talk to people that are working, say, in the mines or on the buildings and stuff out in Australia and New Zealand. They always say, "Oh, they're all pricks out there," and, you know, unless they're Irish lads. And but the lads that work on farms, it's it seems to be way more laid back.
Oh, it is, yeah. It is. Like you're all there for the same reason. You know, just get on and have the crack, do the work and have the crack. It is laid back and. There's no, how would you put it, there's no stress on anyone. Like they have the weather, you see. You're not. No, there's deadlines and work to be done. Like,
but there's no real pressure, like compared to America. Like you can have loads of fun every night, nearly most nights in New Zealand.
Where's the first place you went in New Zealand or Australia?
New Zealand. I never went to Australia. New Zealand.
Why?
Back in 2008, there was nothing happening here.
Yeah.
I kind of had to go. And struck on, and like I can remember, there was no Facebook, or was only just, I'd say, there was nothing on it. Like I was down in an internet cafe below Middleton, looking.
I remember working around Middleton. I never remember a fucking internet cafe.
Yeah.
Dial up.
two old Amstrad computers.
Commodore 64.
But yeah, looking up the golden pages in fucking New Zealand, looking for contractors' numbers and just ringing them up. And
there?
Yeah, and just went out and I
Who put that idea in your head?
I talking to fellas that were there, and just this is the place to go.
What'd you do? Ring them and say I need a job?
Yeah. And they say, what are you doing? And kind of give them a rough idea. And
what were you doing?
Oh, contracting at the time as well.
Just working for a contractor?
Yeah. Same silage and ploughing and...
Getting shite money?
Yeah.
Getting road?
Yeah, basically.
Who's kicking? Who is that?
Me, sorry.
That's it now, guys.
I
get right after you.
Don't look at me, it was him.
I'm not big enough, he is. And what, you were getting shite money and just fuck this?
Yeah. Well, I was on good enough money for the time, I suppose, but I could better myself, do you know, kind of way. So.
And what was the first?
Well, the work was
interaction?
drying up anyway.
So the first contractor that you were talking to that said, "Yeah, sure, come over," or what
Yeah.
was the input you got?
Yeah, I'll take a gamble. He said, "Yeah, run away." Not a
And did
bother.
you have to gather your money together, or
Yeah,
how
I
did
paid for my flights and gathered a few lads, and we struck on.
a few you went out.
Yeah, 4 of us, and it turned out your man was a raving alcoholic.
You couldn't tell by it. I'll take a chance on you.
First collected us off the plane, and the first stop was off license, which we got another box of beer, and then he came out with 2 bottles of vodka.
Oh, Jesus.
And I said, "Here we go now." It got us. It got our feet in the ground anyway. So he put us up, and we got a few pounds gathered. And
What age were you?
jeez, I can't remember actually. I'd say 20 or so that way.
What was the accommodation like?
It was just kind of a granny flat behind his house. It wasn't too bad, like
How many
4 of us.
in the granny flat?
Yeah,
One
well,
title.
kind of an apartment, kind of a jobby like.
I'm wanking this time, boys. I'll be back in a few minutes.
So we were only there a couple of weeks, and we struck out. We actually.
What was the gear like?
A couple of fins, 818, 716, Massey's, new fresh enough Massey's.
And when you got out there and got into this big gear, was it a big
It was
transition?
no bigger than what they have here, like. But only they had to work for it, like. So way over. Like the gear here is frightening for what they're at, like. It's just short windows, you see.
Yeah.
Just to get the work done, you're doing about a month's work in a week, like.
Yeah.
That's the story there, like. But
And out then it's just.
it's the same. Everything is the same there, really. They have a bigger volume of work, and really.
And what was the hardest thing to get used to with the work? The long hours.
No, nothing.
Just same.
Just same. Better weather. Just it's easier to go there, really.
Constant.
Yeah.
And when you're there, is it say you're there and you didn't like that job, or did someone say, "Oh, there's a better setup over here"? Or
Yeah, we fucked off out of the middle of the night.
Didn't
Four
tell
of us
him?
Loaded up into the van. No petrol light ace.
I was thinking that wasn't the same lad you were working for, like Ellesmere. I was thinking that must
No,
have been
no,
different.
no,
Yeah,
we-
I was thinking because
yeah.
he's not an alcoholic.
No,
yeah.
that's how you know.
yeah, we struck off and booked the ferry. And
Ferry.
yeah, we were in the North Island, you see, and we drove down to the South Island. So we found out it was better down there, flat ground, and down around Canterbury there, and got up. I'd numbers the contractors below there as well, and rang 2, and 2 lads went with one contractor, Quigley's, and I went with Ellesmere Ag.
They sound like Irish names.
No, well, they're
What's there is an Irish lad, Nagel, isn't
Yeah.
it? He's an Irish.
not. Dan was with him.
I'd
done-
gone to school with him, yeah. He'd only be 5 minutes up the road from me. I don't know how he did it, but yeah, he's a savage operation over
Out there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just contracted.
Irishman from Liscannor as well, like. I'm from Einstein, but he's Liscannor, like, and he left there in roughly the same time after school. I'd say 2011 he went over there. He's done, this is coming on in watch, or 9 and 5 years as watch, or just 14. He's there 14 seasons now, non-stop.
And if you're out there working and you're making money and you decide, right, I'm not going to drink ahead, I'm going to save me money, is there, like, are you allowed to buy something out there and work?
You can once you get citizenship, yeah.
Oh, but you have to be a citizen.
Probably to get the loans, yeah. I'd say you get a loan regardless, but for a business loan, you'd want to have bit of residency or citizenship, one or the other.
So when you're out there, if you're buying a car and to get around, you nearly have to buy cash and have it.
No, well, not a loan, yeah. You'll get it for cash, yeah, though. But you get them for cheap as chips out there. They're nothing, like.
Cars are cheap.
Old Corollas,
Subarus and
like
stuff
the
like that.
same thing, yeah. You could get Subaru's Legacy there. A B4 was the first thing I got over there. Twin turbo, like. Twin turbo petrol. And, like, the drink driving thing over there is sort of like America. You would have 6, like, and
It's frowned upon.
but like when they say blow into this, like, sure, it's will you talk into this and you count up 1 to 10. You don't even blow into anything.
Oh, are you capable of operating something?
They say count to 1 to 10, but it does register your thing, but it's completely different, like way laid back compared to here, like.
Wow.
And America's the same thing. So if you were walking drunk in America, you'd be picked up quicker than you'd be driving drunk. That's a fact. That's a fact now.
You need to give them a reason to stop you in America. Like.
Did you ever see anyone walking in America in Dalhart?
No, never.
Would you never like?
No.
You'll be better, and they're all fully tinted windows. Sure, like as long as you were staying in the lines, you'd never get pulled.
So after your first season, how long did you stay in your first stint in New Zealand?
I think it was 10 months.
Keep this close to your face.
10 months.
10 months.
Yeah.
And then went home. Was that because of visas, or you just got sick of it?
I came back for the silage here then. Kind of.
So you're just like Phileas Fogg, just following the silage everywhere.
Yeah. Kind of chasing the summers, but it's kind of winters now I'm chasing, really. Isn't it?
Why?
Because America's the same seasons as here now.
But if you operated and you did America, it can work in a timeline where you go, a lot of lads do America, New Zealand, America, New Zealand, and sure then you're just following the sun like constantly. I did 4 years without seeing a winter in or a lot of rain in my lifetime now, to be honest.
That's mad. So you literally, at this stage, you do agri contracting, but follow the seasons.
Yeah.
To constantly stay working.
And you're never a week without work, like if you follow it that way. You're not 1 week without silage, like.
But you're home now and it's supposed to be your holiday, but you're working away.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have to feed the beast, like.
And what is your piece?
Oh, sure. Just saving up for the next trip. We'll put it that way.
And when you came home, were you like, that's fucking great, and get a few more lads, and did all your friends go? Like, out of your friends group, did most of you end up going?
No, I was the only. I'd say I was the only one out of my group that went.
They all think you're a bit mad.
No, most of them are settled. Like.
And you must have been home long enough to get the nickname Left Lane Bandit, didn't you?
Gosh, that kind of just happened over the tractor, really. It was the tractor more than me.
Very standout tractor.
Yeah. That's where that came from.
Fast track. I used to be getting sent videos of that fast track all the time.
Of this lad?
Yeah.
She's a nice dog. She's a cool one, to be fair. And he changed that actual one was changed. The Dormani have that one now, actually.
He bought that one.
Yeah, and he changed for her. She 21, a stage 5. They were called. Did the heavier axles and stuff like that. So
what's your favorite tractor?
I'd say John Deere.
Why?
Just nice tractor to use.
Just the operating them.
Yeah.
What about?
They're a good all rounder, and if I was to buy one, you can go anywhere to sell it, and there's go back up with them as well. To be fair.
What's the worst?
I could ruffle a few feathers. No Holland, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Calm down.
Bone shaker.
Calm down. Bone shaker.
Yeah. Right, just you'll be broke up coming out of them, I think. There's fellas mad about them. They know them inside out for years, and that's why they have them. And
But I think it's like cars. People get used to what they know.
Yeah.
And I do always see in Ireland. Ireland's a small country. Like, it's only fucking a very, very small island. But it depends what county you're working in. Like, if you go down,
It changes.
like
Everything
if you go down
changes.
to Galway, fucking Ahasgraw and Kilconnell, it's all class. Fucking class and case.
they have a good
everywhere.
dealership there, so
Because they're the
it's all
dealership.
about the dealership. Yeah.
Like, there's an awful lot of Ford around here.
Yeah, but sure, Shaw was only in Rosenallis, like.
Yeah. And then I always find when I'm driving around, I think Wexford has the coolest fucking tractors in Yorks.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Like,
Some gear in
Valtres
Wexford.
and everything. They've
They have
every
everything.
mix.
They have
Every
a mix of everything, yeah.
They have like CVX tires and all.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some range of stuff below there.
So Wexford must have the best land in the country, does it?
It'd be probably
there,
a lot
yeah.
of it, wouldn't it?
I'm only after coming up there from a job there of a lorry there delivering stuff there the last day, and I usually only ever be there at night. Jeez, I travelled up during the day. I was actually gobsmacked, and I thought our place wasn't too bad, but there was rushes everywhere. But that place is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's hills, and they're in the dredge of water or nothing. It's hills, tillage, and every yard has something class and unreal in it.
Carlo
Like.
as well.
Yeah.
Carlo.
That's what I was
Carlo,
going to say.
up-
Wexford back up into
Yeah.
Carlow, yeah.
Up past Bunclody and all
Yeah.
that now, savage ground.
Law Protestants.
Big estates.
Yeah.
Staunch,
You
yeah.
see the few Massies and you go there full on.
Yeah.
Full on. Now, just for transparency, I married one, so don't think less of me now.
We all know that.
So when you came home, did you go back out to New Zealand, or did you?
I stayed at home for a season. I done a winter here again, and I went back out then again to New Zealand. And geez, I was home for years and years then before I got the notion to go back to America.
Go back to America or go?
Or go to America for the
and
first
what
time.
was the draw in America?
Just, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Kind of a thing.
Social media has it ruined now as well, because
Why?
if there was no Snapchat, I believe, like, a lad wouldn't go out on the weekend. This is the one thing that I hate. Like, if there's no such thing as Snapchat, you wouldn't think you're missing nothing.
Yeah.
But if you see a lads out in America and there's 5 990s humming down with 12 row headers and Kenworths and Peterbilts underneath it, who's going to look at that if they have no responsibilities and say, geez, I'd hate to go out there, like, do you know, like.
So, but is it easy? Is there loads of lads going out there now?
Ridiculous.
Go away.
There's a turnover of lads who are just getting fired nearly and everything.
Really?
Oh, will you stop?
What, they're going out and they're shy?
No, well, no.
Does
but
that too?
Oh, there is,
There's a
yeah.
couple of them,
Usually
like,
the shite lads, like,
Or they're
there's
afraid of or are they finding it difficult to get used to, I'm busy for a month and then been busy for 6 months?
some lads, I think, get homesick. Some lads take the piss and think it's just like,
Anyone can do
like a gap year or something, and they just think like that the company doesn't mind you taking the piss.
Does it take the money out of it?
No,
has
the
to
fact
be.
that, well, there's good money in America, there is.
Well, is it the same as with everything now if you're a good driver?
Oh, if you're a good driver, you will get looked after there. There's opportunities to rise, to go up a ladder and get more money again. Like, I didn't really want to go back, but to sort of not find like there's no the difference in comparison. Like, is
You can see you have a savage opportunity to be able to save there.
oh yeah, the saving is unbelievable.
You're not paying for accommodation. Like they're paying for your flights.
No tax on your income
No tax. Like, and they'll
legally.
If
no
you're
tax.
there, we'll say you have a good chance of getting a vehicle out there as well. So like all you're doing is buying drink and fags and food.
Fags, food, and alcohol. That's what I always say. That's all you have to buy out there, and sometimes not even food.
So when you're working on them big farms, how far are you from a town?
Half an hour now, sometimes.
Some of them can be an hour. Yeah.
Is it
Before-
like the movies? America, like, you know, when you see
Oh,
all the movies.
Texas is like.
Do you watch Landman now?
Yes.
Yeah, Texas is
Like
Landman
that.
is.
Tis about 40 minutes above Landman, Dalhart, the place that we work in. Like,
So it's exactly like you see.
Tis yeah.
So
Barren.
it's fucking cowboy land.
Yeah. And there's like they're a lot different to the Americans that come here. Like, just like their sound, the ordinary working man over there sound like. But
Is it expensive?
it's not too.
no, I think it's cheap.
Yeah.
I think it's cheap.
No, I didn't
Fags are only a fiver over there. As I tell every Irish lad that comes over, I said, do you smoke? And they might say no, and I said, well, you're losing money if you're not smoking here. I said,
How much the beer?
$3 for a bottle, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
So what are the pubs like? Like when you walk in,
Oh,
do they
yeah.
know
Oh,
you're an
they're-
Irish person there?
Dalhart is a dry county then.
What's that
Half
mean?
of it. Half it's split between a wet and a dry
So
county.
dry does mean it drinks legal.
After 9 o'clock, no more food, and no drink sales after 10. But there's a club that's in the wet part of it where there's ashtrays on the counter and everything, and you can drink there till the boss wants to go home. It's split up by counties, and
Yeah.
I don't know the reasoning of why there was a dry county, but I suppose if you look into it, there's a bit of like the prohibition or something.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say there's something of
It's
that
old
going on.
laws like.
And is it dangerous?
I wouldn't like anywhere. Like if we went out in Mount Rat, if you want trouble, you'll find trouble.
Yeah.
Like if you want trouble out there, well, no, it's different out there. Like you'll probably get shot. Like, well, what's the chance of getting shot around here? Probably high as well.
Are people open carrying?
Oh God,
yeah.
Had you a gun yourself?
No,
Can you buy a gun if you're out there?
I'd say if I want, social security
No,
number,
no. I think you can legally purchase the parts if you have a social security number and assemble your own, but you can't buy.
That's fucking brilliant.
You can't
Isn't it?
until you're what do they call it? The green card. Until you get a green card, you can't buy a serial proper one. But if you've, I think the legality is if you have a social security number, you can buy the magazine. You can buy all the bits and put
So
it
you can
together.
build a gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
So on these farms, how big is the farm? Say we'll take the American farm, Texas one. How big is this farm?
Which one doing? Going? I suppose.
Larson's 55,000
Yeah.
acres.
55,000. So how's that split up into?
I used to have a map there, sure. It's about 100 pivots. Is it more than 100 pivots?
What's a pivot?
A pivot
Just a
is
circular.
a pivot is a 120 acre irrigated circle. So you have two choices usually in America, unless there's oddball sizes. But buying a hole, there's a there are two pivot sizes, and that's a 120, which is 4 120-acre fields in a square mile, or you get a 500, which is one pivot in a square mile. So everything in America, when they used to talk about north, south, east, and west, everything is done grid-like.
Square.
So do you know when they're like, oh, like when we get the green Irish, we're like, oh, head north up there for 10 miles. They're like, what are you on about north? Because here everything's all bendy and nothing goes anywhere. But over there, it makes...
North is north.
North is north.
So it's like exact crossroads, and that's where you go.
Yeah, that's it. For the 90% of the things. But
It's hard to get your bearings when you.
But once you get into it, like, it's simple. Like, sure, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. And once you know that, you know where north is and you know where south is. But in a 120-acre pivot, there's 25 acres of dry land, wasteland, because the circle can't touch the corners. But in a 500-acre pivot, there's 120 acres of barren land between the four corners.
No way.
And that's how cheap land is in the likes of North Texas, because it's desert. Like, an acre can be worth nothing out there. Like, Larson's, they have 55,000 acres. If you add up all the dry land corners, you'd have the biggest dairy farm in Ireland nearly there.
Bigger, I'd say.
Do you know what I mean?
And when you go out there and...
There's tumbleweeds, like literally like the movies. There's tumbleweeds just barren
does a
across.
boss woman or a boss man come out to you going, right, this is what you're doing every day. There's your tractor. This is what you're doing, and this is what we're going to pay you. Or are they counting your hours? Or GPS, you're clocking in. Like, what way does it work?
With that company, there is.
Yeah, well, you have an app on the phone to clock in and all that, and it's done location, like it'll track your location, all that kind of stuff.
The pay grade changes. Like, we're right beside Kansas state line in New Mexico, and any man who works in Kansas gets an extra $3 an hour, because that's what minimum wage is when they first start. Like, but if there's one of your mates is an hour down the road, he's getting $3 less.
In the same company.
Yeah. Minimum wage changes. Like, we work in about 7 states, and each state has a different minimum wage, and that's what they get paid on, what state they're working in. Like,
And can you work any hours you want?
no. Well, like, if he'd have it, and there was rain on, like, there'd be 24-hour days. But it's what the workload is. It's not your choice. It's what the company's going doing.
So what do you prefer to use out there? What do you prefer to work at out there? What's your favourite job?
Chopping corn.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's the cream, yeah.
In the machine?
Or maize, you call it, yeah.
Yeah, you go Americanized, they call it corn, but
Yeah.
chopping maize is the nicest job in the world.
Why?
It's just nice.
You've a V12 engine running at full load for 16 hours a day. Barely stops. 16 hours a day at its max potential, like.
Constantly something under the shoe.
Yeah, barely. Like, the only thing that they don't do with the Mexicans that work for us is to come in beside the next truck and flip the spout.
The good fellas would that.
Yeah, but
There's only about 2 or 3 of them in the group that you could do it with, like.
But it's roundabout.
Yeah.
But like that engine, that V12 man or lever is running like at it's running its tits out for 16 hours a day.
And is the ground rough? Like, how
Just
are
the-
these
just the
lorries able
pivot
to...
tracks.
They're all double drive Kenworths, roughly.
And the suspension?
It's all leaf.
Tires?
I think the tires are all super single. No, they're not. No, they're normal drives. Standard.
And they're just going back to the farm. They're not actually road driving.
No, will you stop? Sure, Guyman.
Guyman is ridiculous, like. It's 110 miles one way.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
From
How many lorries
Oklahoma
are you
to Texas.
keeping on
I had 250 on that job for the very finish. 250 Arctics. Do you remember when you were
Can't get my
right?
head around that.
Do you remember-
And how much are they grossing on the trailer?
Oh, they're bringing. Well, we had to do it legally that time because of the DOT.
We're all friends here, and not
Yeah.
too many people in America listening.
Oh, we know that, yeah. But like the state trooper was blowing the road waiting for the boys.
I knew him by a first name basis by the finishing of the job.
Did you drive lorries as well?
I did one day, but like you can't have a harvester stopped, like so.
You don't need a license for agricultural lorry use.
But we have 500 Mexicans that come over on the H2A, so that's 500 Mexicans, and they just drive that one lorry.
Not there anymore.
No, H2A is legal.
They're
H2A is legal. They're getting well paid as well. They're getting more than us. They're getting more.
Really?
They're getting good money. I'd say they goes back there and they'd be living like Pablo Escobar.
Pesos, sure, pesos, sure, yeah, sure, they're kings. Half of them don't work then. They don't have to work. Sure, the reason it's a H2A program that's set up by the government because the American won't fill the gap. Like in a company that's 650 employees, I'd say you do well if 50 of them were American.
Really?
I'd say well if 50 of them were American. It's sort of sad in some sense, yeah. But
Who's the highest paid in one of those groups?
Kyle or Scotch, or they're two Americans now, but after you go down that line, like that's nearly
Yeah,
half.
what are they doing? What are they driving? Or they're
Nothing.
managing?
They're organising They're organising those. Well, they're organising the men that organise those 600 employees that are operating.
So how many breakdown wagons have they? If that many lorries?
One with each crew. There's
What's
a
a
truck.
crew?
Crew now could be, we'll say for argument's sake, go in there now. Was it 6, 7 harvesters?
On 5,000 acres.
Yeah.
Like, so that one company can have 10 separate big jobs now. I mean, you're talking anywhere from 2,000 acres up to, what was Kansas again? How many acres were in that?
14 or 16.
14 or 16,000. And they could have 10 crews, 10 of their own companies, separate crews running at one day, like. And all the 600 trucks separated between who has longest haul, who has the most choppers.
And one company owns all these.
Yeah.
And how long is that season?
9 months, easily. Like from once the first chopper starts, and you get into it in the middle of April, end of April.
And is that intense for the 9 months? 16-hour days and...
You're talking, like, on average, the season before you came, it was on average 200-hour weeks, 200-hour fortnights, sorry. So about 105-hour weeks is standard in the height of the season. Like. And it's grand though, you just get used to it. So you're going to be at nothing else, you're only going to be in the pub. That's the great thing about it, is you'll save money because there's usually very little rain. Now, sometimes there is where you could get a week of it. Like it falls in inches and it falls for like half an hour out there. It's ridiculous.
And where's all that going? Like, is that make corn syrup or what do they make?
Dairy.
But so the main there was one farm there, or as you said, it's Patreon, nobody in Ireland care. They're called Faria Brothers. And
This isn't Patreon.
Oh yeah.
It's alright, I can...
Is it?
No, it's not. This is a...
Oh, it's going out in the main one?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Christ, that
I could be fired. No, I won't say no. I won't say no.
The whole lot shut
Well,
down.
See,
I can
this-
put it on Patreon if you want.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
mind.
no,
Go on.
This big one, this big dairy, they were making so much milk, they were getting a bad price for it, so they built their own cheese plant, built their own cheese factory, and for powdered milk and all that stuff. And then they've started capping their own slurry lagoons, and they spent 7 million to tap into the Californian gas pipeline to send their gas from the slurry lagoons out to California. Yeah.
California made for this low carbon kind of.
They're all doing success.
So they spent 7 million, I'd say,
So what are the cattle eating? What are the cattle eating?
a mixture. Like they never. So what lads can't wrap their heads around is, we chopped for 9 months, never chopped a blade of grass.
Yeah, so
Well,
are they not corn fed, all of them, are they?
Wheat silage is the first half of the season. That's the first 3 months. So
Wheat, silage, what's that?
Grass and wheat, is it mixed?
No, just wheat.
No?
just
Like,
wheat,
just wheat?
Yeah.
But it's
Oh.
green, like it's chopped green. Like with
Before
they
the
had to
head-
be milky in it. Like.
There's pre-boot and late boot. Pre-boot is before it goes to seed, I think. There's very little of that. And then there's after boot, normal full thing. And it'd be like whole crop. It'd be like direct cut whole crop. So we'd leave it down if it was a bit wet. But you'd want it sort of half cheesy. We want it cheesy, perfect to go.
Oh, they mowed.
Oh, we
You don't pick it with the whole
triple
crop,
all
no.
wheat.
Okay.
Swatters and triple moors. Swatter, an Irish lad here, would never. Did you ever drive one?
What is it?
No.
They're like a zero swing, or that?
Yes, yeah.
Google it.
Oh,
I
he'll
wanna see it.
get up a massy. What did it call? I don't even know.
Macdon would be the easiest one to get up, I'd say. Was it?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Macdon Swatter.
Macdon Swatter.
So basically, they're two hydrostat wheels, but with the Macdon is the most interesting one because you have a pedal in your cabbage go like a JCB and drive it the normal way. So when it's driving down the road,
The bonnet is out in front of you.
the bonnet is out in front of you. When you're cutting, then you go back and you're 15-foot more bed.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
like a folder.
That's it, you know.
That's best. Yeah, I think it is one. Yeah, roughly. Yeah. That's the different head on it though. That's not the more head.
She's an older type on it, so.
He'll probably have one here.
Yeah,
now in a
you
minute.
pop more, don't
Jeez, there's 35 X's down there in the bottom.
Man's getting horny, you know.
Have you a tractor yourself?
The outlet has a 265. We're very small compared to where they come
Is
from.
that it?
They've one of them.
That's
though,
the back of one.
yeah.
Yeah, they're massive.
That's the Massey one, yeah.
That's the back of a Massey. It's not really great water, but
See the way the wheels is
Yeah.
swivelly.
they're free floating. Them back axle, like.
It's like them
he knows it,
zero swing fucking
I've
lawnmowers.
only seen him on
It's like
YouTube.
wheels in the trolley.
There's a great picture. That's one there.
Yeah.
That he has. What did he get this year? 30 brand new of them ones.
30 of them.
So he gets 20 new 990s every year.
Right. So how does this guy ball? Like when you see him, is he like driving up to you in a Porsche?
This lad'll be in a
he never
harvester.
once.
This
Or
lad'll
he'll
be in a
leave it.
harvester in the height of corn. In a harvester, chopping corn with you.
Is his wife smoking hot?
I've never seen.
No.
Does he wear a cowboy hat?
No, he's from Colorado originally.
That's fucking mad.
Yeah,
And what's their home place? Like, is there a home ranch farm place?
he has a ranch in Dalhart, but like he's originally from Alt, Colorado, which is above Denver. But to be honest, now I can't fault the man. I've been there so long now. I've only met him 4 times, I'd say.
Give him a high five.
It's so busy, he'd only roll down the window and salute you. That's all it'd be.
You wouldn't go, howdy partner.
I didn't even get that. He just drove past.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And do they give you a vehicle to drive around, or do you have to buy it?
They do, yeah. If you're fairly all right, they will, yeah. No Irish lad really buys anything out there. There's always a vehicle youth between. Say if it was his first season, like there was what four Irish lads in the house when you landed.
Yeah.
One F-150 between them all, and you can use that in your off time to go to the shops, get your washing, do whatever. Sometimes, like, you have to decide between doing the washing, having a shower, or going to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Or sometimes it's that bad because they drive back to the hotel, like in the height of corn. You'll be rightly fucked, like, and it's either I wash the clothes. Sometimes lads would just skip the shower, like, you know, it's either you're getting sleep or you're skipping out in one of them.
Yeah.
But that's not the whole time, but lads need to realise that sometimes it's hard going.
The one in the hotel in Kansas actually was wicked handy. The receptionist, but she
Go on.
She took on.
Go on.
She's cleaning on it. She started doing the laundry. Was it $30 or something? $25 or $30? Just give her the laundry, and she was doing it. It was wicked handy. Like she'd have it ready and all for you then when you came back. Like
She'd charge me 80 if I was young that
I'd say, like, how many were staying in the motel there? Like,
But sure, there was this one hotel in Dalhart, let's just call it like a travel lodge. You know that franchise that's around here. So there was a local travel lodge in Dalhart. And for the H2A program, you have to have housing for all your
What's a
employees.
H2A?
just the visa.
No, it's a non-immigrant agricultural work visa. So that's what the Mexicans get and what the Irish get.
Okay.
And South Africans. But he has to have proved accommodation for all these people before he gets these visas allocated.
Like Dara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, so they have to come out and check the accommodation. So he was getting so big, he just bought the hotel in the local town.
Fuck off.
Bought the local hotel, a motel, sorry. But I was there the first year I was there. It was Irish downstairs, Mexicans upstairs, and we had some crack that first time. Not a breed of Spanish, and they not a breed.
Hey,
of
was it like gangland fighting out there?
No, it was great. crack.
Gangs in New York.
They're actually
They're
sound like.
they're of the exact same like lifestyle as us.
I actually had someone on the podcast, the one that done the Brett work, and she lives in Mexico, and she said that apart from the language, the Mexicans are the very same as
They're
Irish.
the exact and the weather. Them lads are bred the same as us. They just love working and drinking. They are so great.
It's got and they're fierce.
I'm good mates with a lot of them. Like they'd be WhatsApping me every Christmas. Happy Christmas, Canelo. They call me Canelo, like the boxer.
Why did they call him Canelo?
Because he's a red beard. But like these lads are just they're great crack. And when there's the odd one who can't drive. But these lads, like, you'd even have relationships with them. You'd be getting a bit
sexual.
Whoa. No, I don't think that's. They're Roman Catholic now. That's frowned upon out there.
What's the most harm you done out there?
Oh, I don't think I did any. I don't think.
Did you ever bog?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's common. Sure, they're only 2-wheel drive, the harvesters. Because he buys so many, he wants to get them cheap.
The spec wouldn't be massive.
No.
Whatever they need, like there'd be no fancy variable rates, no four drive or anything like that.
Keeping it simple in case they break down as well.
It's just he's selling them on as well so often. So like, say if he's really
how much would a four drive be in the house? Would it be $2.5 grand?
Oh, I'd say more. If you're factoring it into dollars,
Yeah, like 20 harvesters ever fall drive in, it's $2.5 each. Do you know?
Jeez, me more.
€2,500.
oh, it would be more to 2.5. That axle is way bigger, and then there's
No,
a
to
shaft.
spec
He's
'em-
right, yeah.
To spec them with four drive.
I'd say it's easily between 5 to 10. I'd say easily.
I'd say easy. It's more than that in a car.
Yeah, I'd say.
I don't know.
Fucking.
I never spec the harvester when so.
Fuck.
Well,
I
20 of them
thought.
would be
you know,
big
that's-
difference,
that's
yeah.
Because all I know, a 12-row header is $250,000. It's $250,000. A 12-row class Orbis, 900 are they now? It's
Oh, totally, yeah.
$250,000 for
I
that
think
12-row header.
6 or 8 rows about 80,000.
Yeah, and like, that's why I can understand. Like, no wonder no lad around here. Like, how could you justify? I don't know how lads are justifying it. For him, it's grand, but out here, look, obviously lads are good operators here, but like a lad getting a 10-row out here.
Yeah, and they are creeping in.
To work it for a week.
Yeah, there's an Orvis there now. That header on the front of that machine, that header was 2 years ago $250,000.
Just the front
Yeah,
bit.
just the front piece. Yeah,
There's about I remember checking the oil and gearbox in that. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 lads. There's about, I don't know, there could be 15 to 20 gearboxes in that head alone, and they all spinning at different rates and everything. There's a lot of technology. There's auto contour in them.
That lad looks like he's fucking doing nothing.
But sure, that has to. Well, he's
that's
cutting
photoshopped,
nothing.
isn't it?
He's cutting
There's something
nothing
coming out
in
the
here.
shooting. There's nothing in front of her.
He's cutting nothing in here.
Oh, there is a bit
Photoshop.
going into the front of it.
I don't know where the stuff is coming out the back of it because there's nothing in the front of it.
It is there in the feeder house. He's at finishing a row.
So how long can you cut? How much will that yoke hold without shooting it out and filling up?
Nothing. It's not combine.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, no, he's right. Yeah, there's no hopper. A trailer never leaves that spout.
So if there's no lorry, you're stopped.
Oh yeah, it's not a combine, as he said. Yeah, there's no hopper. There's no holder like that. That's all. That spout is always emptying. It's instant empty. There's nothing to hold
And
it.
what about diesel?
Oh, 5 o'clock in the evening. If you start it, there's a big
Yeah.
race. There's a big race every day. Who can run out the quickest? And our boss man loves to see who's. If he hears over the radio, I need diesel at 3 o'clock in the day, he is licking his lips because
Really?
Oh, he's who used to
That would not be an Irish way, would it?
No, but sure, I suppose he knows the tons has
He
gone
knows
through.
the tonnage. Yeah.
She's working hard.
Like,
She's
so-
working 115% engine load, like all day.
It goes up to say maybe they rev out at 2.2, 2.3, and like when they're on, like you can pull that all the way back to 1400 revs at max output before she'll conquer block or something like that.
So basically, you're
Tucker knows about how to get them to block.
you're told drag the bollocks out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and block them. But what was catching me, I never actually blocked one while I was filling a load. As if
Starting up with a metal detection.
metal detection. Oh, if she got a metal detection, she'll stop the header, but the header will be full of stuff, and you have to kind of have a knack. And
You get right good at it, yeah. Between starting and stopping
You-
to
you
feed
have
it
to
in bits.
have your hand on the hand throttle and put the front going, and see she slip clutches in the header, and if you can't rev her up.
She'll set off all the slip clutches if
Yeah.
you put her
Have
on full revs.
have they a reverse?
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
They'll push it back out.
Yeah, and you have to push back out and then get it into her, rev her, and
Yeah.
stop her again.
So
That's a joke.
when you've all that cut and done, is that growing its own, or does that have to be ploughed?
No,
and
that all. has to
So
be
who does
ploughed.
that?
The farmers, whatever,
We don't do any cultivation.
they're contracted to grow it for the dairy, and they'll buy it in then over the weighbridge. And we're contracted
Everything is
in.
weighed, every single bit. Not a kilo gets in the dairy unless it's on the farm and a small feedlot. Every single kilo is weighed of feed.
And
And it's
samples
done with that.
And I'm asking this for other people, for
Yeah,
young lads that are going, what are women like out there?
slack.
Really?
They're from the middle of
But
nowhere.
to be
like.
fair though, if you do
But when you go
find
into the
them-
town, like,
Yeah,
lad, they're unbelievable. But sure, they'd have no interest in looking at an old culture psychos going around.
Rooters.
so what you're saying is they wouldn't be all mad for the Irish lad.
No, they'd be mad to talk to you, like, but they haven't a clue what you're saying then. Well, me anyway. They couldn't. I did impossible.
I
job
have to
out
translate for him sometimes abroad out there now.
Well, clear accent is easier on the ear out there.
there. Oh my god! I'd even the bank or anything like it's a job.
Would they say, what are you saying?
Yeah, it's just text it. And I'd break it down like just stupid, as in just as
Like
simple
I
as
used
it
to
goes.
always say no bother, and then like they were like, oh, that'll be 12.66 there at the counter. I'd be like, yeah, no bother, and they were like, what's wrong? I was like, oh, just drive it on, will you? Like, come on.
Oh, they're thinking that there's something wrong.
Yeah, when I say no, I'm not paying for that. I was like, yeah, no bother is all I was saying.
In that part of America, is there that stupid tip system?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Why is it? Why don't they? Why is it so stupid? Like, just tell us what the price is.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But the problem is like you get some
That's their wages,
you
like.
get some ignorant lads that come over. Let's just say an example like Cabbage lads or whatever, and they were. But like, let's just say for an example, we're at our local steakhouse. There's only one steakhouse in Delhart. Like, you piss them off, it's game over. Like, do you know they won't serve? Like, I go in the door, they see me, bang, there's a Corona on the table before I'm at the table. Like, you know, it's nice. Now I understand if they go somewhere else, fuck that, I'm not paying. But I've seen plenty of people who just write their name and they just draw a line through it.
What does that mean, though? Like, when you're paying, when you go in and get your food, say you were going to that steakhouse.
They only get $2 or $3 an hour, hostess over there. 2 or 3. And I said, you're joking me. And she brought out the pay slip. Now it's a bit of a fucked up system. Like, I don't agree with it. Like, obviously, how can you go get a job expecting with $2 or $3 an hour?
Yeah.
And then, but they do rely on the tips. Like, that's the way the economy works out there for
But
hospitality.
then that's why the service is so good out there.
Oh yeah, it's fake. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they're so nice to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So how much is you go in a Saturday night or a Sunday night and you're getting a big steak dinner and your few Coronas and
Cowboys
your
are
chips?
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
You drop $100 though. Well, we would.
Not bad if it's big, is it?
Sure, but sure, it's regardless.
There'd be drinks as well.
The chances you get to go into those places, I'm not saying they're few and far between. You could be in there for 3 nights in a week in a row. You mightn't see that. You mightn't see a good spot like that again for another month because you'll be flat out. So you've no bother. You'll have a lot of money made in those in that month. You don't care what it costs. Like.
Yeah. No.
You don't care.
Yeah.
You'd be glad at it's steak now. And it
there's
is
nothing
nice
better.
when you get it.
So
It's
when you're working every week and you're busy, what is your eating habits? What are you eating?
terrible. Fags and water. Fags and water is what I eat. Oh, lad,
Pizza.
it's the lads who can't survive without food is who I feel sorry about. Like, there'll be lads, they'll be getting on the radio to me, when's the food coming?
Did they bring the food to you?
We have runners, and all they do is bring diesel, food, and parts.
Fuck off.
That's their sole purpose. They get an F250 along what's normal about 8-foot bed and a Bowser and a compressor. They get on to me then, where are you going to be, what field are you going to be at 7 o'clock? I look ahead, I'll drop them a pin. They're going to drop the 2 compressors, 2 Bowsers, and all the food for the truck drivers and for everyone. That's their sole purpose. And if I need a part, they'll go and get a part, like, you know. It's a bit of, there could be 10 people employed. No, more. There could be 10. Just their sole purpose for that night on the same visa as us. Their sole purpose is go get this, go get that.
Like a fluffer on a porn set. Their sole purpose is to keep that person hard. If the woman has to take a break, their job is to keep your man hard.
Jesus Christ.
That's what a fluffer does.
Okay.
When I found out that there was a job with a person that is called a fluffer, I couldn't believe it. Like, how demoralising is that? You're not even getting paid. You're not on
who
camera.
called it a fluffer is what I want to know.
I don't know. It's a weird name, but it is true. I'm not making that up, aren't I? Not? Yeah. No, I thought because sometimes I can say things that I know I've made up.
Fun stuff comes into your head.
So, what could you you're a good driver out there. What could you potentially make in a season?
You could bring anywhere from in your 9 months. Let's just say a normal season. If I was factored in, you could bring 40 grand home after tax if you were there at the very start to the very end and you had a good season. That's 40 take home in American dollar. Tax free.
It's enough now at the moment as well. The dollar and the euro, like.
Yeah.
I was watching there when Trump was getting elected, like, and the night he got elected, it shot up 3 cents, like.
Great.
Yeah. But,
What was the
is
vibe
it
out there?
97 now, I think. Is there somewhere around there? Was
All Republican down around Texas. And,
Absolutely. Yeah.
oh, there's lads just going down the road with F250s and Trump 2024 just swinging out the back there.
They're mad from there.
Oh, it's sort of cool. Oh, it's unreal.
is
Yeah,
cool,
it's
yeah.
class. Yeah.
But like, I'd say if Rwanda got in, they would have wrecked the place. It would have been.
Well, Texas is kind of a country on its own, isn't it?
It is. They wanted to break away on their own, and then they had their own. There was a name on it. They got rid of the government security doing the border, and they patrol the border themselves. There was a name on the thing. I can't remember.
No.
I do know. I think I remember the thing you were
There
on
is a name on it.
Yeah.
No, it's like the Armed Guard, the Texas Armed Guard, but it's only the Texas wing. It's not the whole country. They were going protecting their own border.
And in Yellowstone, is there really livestock cops?
Not in
Texas.
Not in Texas. There is what's the wild game? Game porters or game
yeah,
masters? Game, not game masters. Game masters. But they patrol all the fish and that. But there would be up around there. But that sort of rancher, more ranch. No, there's plenty of ranch around Texas. But we just deal with the big dairies and that. Like sure, the cattle don't see outside the shed in all the big dairies.
Really?
They don't leave the yard. But now there's plenty of ranches where they run free and wild. But free and wild and eat natural pasture and all that, but anything we're chopping silage into is housed, which is sort of a bit like you wouldn't even see a video of it if you Google. They don't want you knowing about it, but like some of them dairies.
I've seen some of the programs on TV.
The feedlots and all that.
The feedlots, yeah.
Like that South Fork dairy that exploded. That's we do work right beside it in Dimmet, and that killed 18,000 head of cattle like in that one shed through methane, and it was a slurry vac, a self-propelled slurry vac that goes along the passages. It just overheated and caught fire,
And exploded then, the gas.
Yeah,
Killed.
killed 18,000 head of cattle. That's a lot of cattle, all right. No.
Wonder, did it smell like steak?
Do you want to know the worst thing about the story
Yeah.
is? The clean-up story is there was vendors coming down, to provide aid, and they were just giving out free burgers while there was dead lorries of cattle flying past.
Go away.
Oh, sure, it was septic, I'd say.
What is the food like out there?
Dairy has it there now, the South Fork Dairy.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, in Dimmet, Texas. That's a fair explosion, that is now.
Approximately 18,000 cows were killed.
That was only 2 years ago, I think.
Dairy farm earlier this week, according to local authorities.
2021, is it, yeah? Or no, 2024, I don't know. It was only 2 years ago, I'd say now.
So how many Irish lads work with you out there?
I don't know how many is there.
40 roughly.
Yeah.
40 every year roughly, between operators and other lads.
What's the story with the stacking?
Oh, it's not stacking. It's like
What do they call it?
he's me on the hot. A
packing?
pile. It's
Yeah,
a pile.
pile.
And it's
Pile
just
of what?
Maize.
it's 4-inch lifts on massive 9Rs. So 9R John Deeres. There we go again. Sure, you could get about 15 of them a year. 9R 470s or 490s now.
490s and 540s.
And 18-foot blades. What is the name of the blade again? We've forgotten about them now.
Grozer.
19-foot or 18-foot Grouser blade. And you have a main pack lad who shapes it. If you go into like Texas pile now, you'll probably find it online. A Texas corn pile. You'll see it, and there could be 7 lads in formation. Just trucks unload on the side the pack tractors aren't on, and they're just taking blades on, and they're putting a 4-inch lift, no more usually.
What does that mean, 4-inch lift?
Leaving a bed of 4 inch of stuff to get compacted, you get me, of feed, pushing it up along the pile.
Pushing 4 inches of stuff all up. But you see them go all up in an arch, isn't it? To go around.
Yeah, it's done in like a half moon,
Yeah.
sort of. There's no real good photo
No,
over there.
no.
Yeah, but it's something you wouldn't see ever before. No, there's no loading shovel out there.
No.
And it's only America and Canada I've ever seen it done like.
That's grain corn now.
Yeah, it's different again. Just wheat silage pile, Texas.
Do you ever get in trouble with the cops out there?
No, speeding just alright there, but they see the Irish license, then they just give you a bit of it.
Yeah,
Slow
there you
down,
have
like,
it there now, PMS.
Drive on.
That's sort of the way now. And they'll just push it all up. You can see they've unloaded there on the right hand side. There's 3 or 4 lorries already all walking floor. There's no tippers.
Why?
Oh, sure, you can imagine Mexican now in a bit of background, and they've 20 of them lining up to tip. Like, sure, they'd be hitting each other like this.
18
Sure.
of them turned over.
Oh, will you stop? It'd be like a domino effect. Sure, once one goes, they all go.
It's nice
All
the way-
walking floor.
It's nice the way he got the competition up.
Yeah, I know, PMS. Sarah, it could be worse.
There's fucking one of the lorries, he's hardcore, he's a sleeper cab.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some of them could do with
Yeah.
sleeper cabs now, to be honest. But by the time they get back for fuel, like, we'll be back at the hotel before they'll be back, a lot of them. I actually feel sorry for a lot
They'll
of
be
them.
queuing for diesel, like.
I'm sure when you have 600 lorries, there's only so many Bowsers. You can, or not Bowsers, but there's only so many you can fill. Like,
Jesus, that must be some fucking mess.
Sure. Scale is
Oh, the scale is frightening. What is it?
ridiculous, isn't it?
The biggest dairy like milk's over 300,000. I'm near certain now, so it could be. I could be wrong in that figure, but it's
And
damn
are they doing?
300,000 cows.
Yeah.
And are they doing that with a robot, or is there people actually
No,
physically?
okay, so there's robots are in smaller herds. Tis all rotary powers. This lad has six 120 bay rotaries in one shed. In like one, like sure. And they only stop for a half an hour every 12 hours to
Do you remember when we were in Sweden, we used to look at the rotary
Yeah.
cows getting milked on the telly?
Yeah.
That was what? 05.
05.
05. They had a rotary parlour on the farm we worked on in Sweden,
Jesus.
which was
Is it
very
some-
modern at the
some
time.
going,
yeah.
yeah.
Now it wasn't 120. I don't know how many was
We
on
thought
it.
Probably
that
60,
was a
probably
monster spot.
50 or 60, probably,
Oh,
maybe.
I wouldn't even think it was
Yeah.
that. But at the time, it was so modern.
That's mad.
Jeez, 120.
It's crazy stuff. Like.
So how long from the farm to the airport?
Amarillo. The Rick husband in Amarillo.
Tis, I don't know, an hour, is it? An
Hour,
hour, and a
hour
half?
and 10, yeah. Hour and 10, hour and a half, yeah.
That way.
Do you feel bad going home, or do you be looking forward to it?
Oh, you sort of like it now in the older age. It's grand coming back to the range, you know that? It's grand.
Yeah.
I sort of like it.
Maybe
yeah.
I like the misery. But I was kind of half lost when I came home there first, alright?
Why?
So I was in the same job for about 15 years. And next thing I came home, then I had no job. I was unemployed, you could say. But
Yeah.
so I was
Which
only-
is rare when you're so
Yeah.
busy. Like.
Oh yeah, so you're coming from being flat out to nothing, and everything is still happening all around you, and you're just kind of, Jesus, I better do something here now. But so I was only idle for a couple of days.
But when you get used to being busy, it's weird.
Oh, it is, yeah, just some shock.
And you never, even though you were busy, you never fell in love out there by Duran.
No,
No woman.
no grey hairs either. So
That's true. What age are you?
36.
You?
30. But I have a lot of grey hair underneath here and everything.
He was
I
stressing
don't.
over me. He said, I'd be driving him mad. Like.
But you've never went, do you know what? I love this so much, I'm going to live here.
Live here, I bet. Oh yeah, I don't think I'd live over there.
I do love home now, to be
Yeah.
fair. I still reckon there's a good few years though to be going out
Yeah.
at this crack, I reckon. Because back in the day, you see, where I'm from, like contracting, everyone loves it. But there's no full-time work compared to where he is. It's 3 weeks, like, there's lads, there's barely any fusions with us. It's all single bed or single wrappers and no pit. So, like, when I talk to lads back at home, they're like, what are you at? I'm at Silage in America. They all half of them and nearly roll their eyes. But I'm probably earning more money than they are back at home. Like, there's an actual, like, a job scale to it. Like,
Yeah.
there's an actual, I never thought you'd ever be able to say it, but there's an actual career to doing it on this scale. There definitely is a career, like.
Especially moving around different.
Oh, like, but sure, like, it's worth so much money to these lads, like, this feed, like, and there's actually a lot of responsibility at it. But I never thought, looking back, like, I thought it was only ever going to be a summer job. I never intended for it to end up like this. I only went to New Zealand for the crack one winter. I don't know how, but like 6 years later, I'm still at this, and like, I don't know how it's after happening. I didn't even.
And is
really-
it difficult to get visas and stuff to go over?
It's not too
If you
terrible.
cause
like,
no bother with the law, there's no fear. You'll get constant visas.
Do you have to have the person that you're working for out there to sponsor you and stuff? Like the job
Yeah.
there for you when you go out?
Yeah, after your first year in America, first year in New Zealand, once that year is gone, that's your free reign over. You have to have a job organised, even in America. America, there's no 1 year one. Now, if you get fired from an employer, you can work for another employer. There's a grace period. But after New Zealand, after the first year, it has to be organised. And the governments, though, like New Zealand government and the American government, are very reliant on agriculture, and they know these visas are important. So if you want to, like, they're a bit complicated. To any young lad, like, they're complicated. There's a bit of computer work now in the American one.
DS160 is a pain in
The American one, like, I'd still be pulling my hair out, and I've done it a heap of times. But if you have a sister, a mother, or someone who will help you with it, you don't have to be any bit smart. But there's no bother to these visas once you just do it as it's to be done. There's no bother to it. Anyone will get it as long. You probably wouldn't want a previous record going into America now. You get a fingerprint at the embassy, take off your shoes and everything, and 10 finger fingerprint. New Zealand one's a bit. You have to do a medical after this.
Why did you take off your shoes?
I don't know, some American thing in the embassy. There could be a bomb in there, you wouldn't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, they do a right searching, yeah.
Like, you're on US soil when you're in the embassy in Dublin. Like, you're not on Irish soil, technically.
Yeah.
The embassy
And
is-
that's where you do all that?
You do it once. After that, if you get cleared the first time, you can just send it off with DPD. You don't even have to leave the house.
Send off your passport.
Fuck. And you don't have to have a different license out there. You didn't have to get training on anything. You're not having lads coming in. Have you your health and safety done? Have your risk assessment?
No, there's none of that. And you took the head off you there. Sorry, like.
I warned you about that.
No risk assessment. No fucking lads coming in stopping you.
There's a few toolbox talks in New Zealand now. Work safe, because there's been a few accidents there. Yeah. But in relation to America, usually I get pulled. If I got pulled for speeding, you'd hand them the Irish license. They'd roll the eyes. A heap of paperwork in this. Like, you could have literally nearly after driving a family of kids off the road, but your man would be like, this is way too much work. But then they'll argue with you should have the passport. But as I said to one man, I told him, not a hope. I said, that passport, like, do you know how awkward it is to get a passport in Texas from Ireland?
Yeah.
I was like, I'll produce it.
But they expect you to carry it around.
You're supposed to carry it around with you on the H2A visa, but I've never done it, and we're grand.
Nor did I either.
I won't be doing it.
Have you ever been robbed out there?
No. I don't think you would be brave enough to rob out there.
An old hoodie might be left in the back of a pickup and someone might take it. I won't say their nationality, no.
No, Charles's tool van got robbed in Kansas, alright. The service truck, he never locked it.
You could be at some bad towns now, like in, what is that one? Liberal,
in Kansas.
Rough.
Yeah, but
it can be, yeah. So what's that nightclub? Do you reckon the cartel owns it? Galaxy, is it? Yeah. Galaxy.
Great name, though.
Yeah.
The Galaxy nightclub.
Galaxy, that's some rare spot.
And the Veterans Bar, that's...
Oh, VFW, that's good crack. The Veterans, all these little clubs like the Elks, I was saying, in the Wet County, that's hardly Galaxy there now, is it?
It is too.
Is it Galaxy? That's 90% Mexican and about 10% Irish. There's some crack.
Look at your man in the corner. He doesn't look Mexican. He looks French. Now with the camera. He's a fluffer. Oh, yeah. If you ever seen one. And when, like, would there be a barber in there, like, if you're I haven't seen a fucking barber in 8 weeks. You all look like homeless people.
The shop we went to. Just the bar and everything inside there.
I tell you, them Mexicans run fine establishments. He was this barber, and we had never been into it before in Liberal, a place we do a lot of work in. Pool table, dartboard, free drinks, everything. All these lads are cut you up lovely.
But right now we're supposed to book into this place, like, but we just walked in off the street, like, any chance. I think if we fit you in, just give me a good tip in.
Yeah, they're delighted.
Throw $20 tip.
We'd want to tip the barber anyway.
Yeah.
He'll fuck you up the next time.
He'll have you going away, Hitler's stash.
But it's just grand, like.
So, if you were... There's a heavy young lads now listening to this. Would you recommend to do it?
Oh, 100%.
I'd recommend them go to New Zealand first.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they'll enjoy it. It's full on really in Texas. Like, when you're told, right, we're chopping out, that could be it for 2 weeks, and you're wondering, you're going round with dirty jocks turning them inside out, like, and you're not ready for it, you know. But where in New Zealand, you'll get home every night, you'll get a chance to do it. In America, like, I travel a lot in America, like, it's hotel to hotel, like. Some lads will stay.
Over the bag the whole time.
Oh yeah, then barely gets unpacked. Like,
really?
Half the time you don't even know what's dirty or not. You just throw the whole lot in, like, and just.
So it's good money, but you fucking earn it.
Oh, you do.
Oh, you do. Yeah. And you could be dealing with bad truck drivers. No, we won't go into that thing. But, like, do you know, you could be beefing away there, like, Phil, come on. But sure, as I said to lads, if he's not moving after the first 5, just throw it back and aim for the best, because. He ain't going to move. What's the point in staying beefing at him?
Would there be any lads ever be fighting? Lads ever be fighting round out there?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
The hired in guys. That,
apparently below in Dimmitch, there's a queue, like, in an order. So subcontracting truck drivers. Often lads have skipped the queue, like, and allegedly guns have been drawn. You better get back in line. Fuck. Now,
that's
I haven't seen it. That's between the cells now. Yeah. But, like, even the American crew leaders, like, out there, the first day I went off with an American crew leader out there, I sat into his F-250 and I went, whoa. And there was an AR-15 down here.
And a machine gun?
Assault rifle. You're not allowed to have machine guns there. There's a little button you can buy for $5 that can make any gun a machine gun, allegedly.
That's fucking mad.
An AR-15. And anyway, this lad, I don't know what, to Frenchie's brother, Wayne Greenwood. And, like, these lads, like, are from Wisconsin, and they're the two soundest lads I've ever met.
For fuck's sake.
AR-15, yeah. M4, FL, I don't know. But this dad had one down here just in between
America, fuck yeah.
That is insane. Like, you see the stack of guns in Walmart.
But sure, that wasn't finished. Sure, he was like, you think that's the only one you can see, he said to me. He popped but one button, bang, 2 Glocks inside there. He had one on him. And sure, next thing I went drinking back at his brother's house one day, and he was like, do you ever hear of tannerite? I was like, what's tannerite? I was like, play it on. He had it, like, say, he could have had 10 kilos of it in his wardrobe. And he
It's like
showed
a
me.
plastic explosive.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, just throw it off there in a board and bang with the AR-15. Blow it in smithereens. I was like, why'd you have that? He was like, oh, why not?
They were trying to take down a shed with it, weren't they?
Well, you don't know what they were at, yeah.
He said that
Yeah, is that it?
timber
Yeah,
shade.
tannerite, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, massive thing.
They
Unbelievable.
they packed a heap of it around the legs of the shed and they were shooting at it just to knock the shed.
Blow it.
Oh, easy way to do it.
Yeah,
Bang,
yeah.
bang, bang, yeah.
Fucking hell.
I could do with that now. I have a dog at home. I'd love to get rid of it.
You can feed it to him as
Put
laxative
into,
or
put
something.
into his fucking dog food. Give him a kick up the hole. That's mad.
There has to be a lot of breakdowns with that much trucks and
There is,
stuff.
yeah.
Jesus, like
So the running cost is frightening, that, like.
2.5 million worth of parts in a parts room every year.
Carrying.
Like, there's no point waiting for it to come from Germany. It has to be there. Like,
It's crazy, isn't it?
it's a scandalous scale. Like, I wouldn't even see half it. Like, sure. And then they get.
sure, I suppose at that rate, then you need as well to have the whole machine be running an extra machine, and
Sometimes
if it breaks
there
down,
might
it
be a
breaks
spare
down.
one. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like when I be leaving there, like, well, if I leave to go to a job, like we work in Missouri, it's I don't even remember now. It's
14 hours.
13 to 15 hour drive one way.
You're trucking them though, low loaders.
Yeah, oh yeah, no boys. Not the Mexicans themselves. They drive up with the trucks. They're not allowed through Kansas City though, because that'd just cause a shit show.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's very narrow Kansas City, like in tunnels and windy ways. It's like going into Magic Roundabout in Cork. Like you couldn't expect them to do it when they're just used to dirt roads. Like, but they'll go up a different way. Of like, I'd be bringing up. I'd bring everything that I think I need. Like even, and you may never use it, but
You have a bit of a stock gathered down.
oh yeah, big stock like room there, like there's in the farm, this dairy that we do one thing for, like, and yeah, Kansas City. Imagine sending them through that, like, silage trucks.
Lord Jesus.
That's where the Kansas City Chiefs, you know, that lad there, he'll be with and all them. But yeah, all them lads. Yeah. The funny thing about Kansas City is it's actually in fucking Missouri. I don't know why it's called Kansas City when it's not even in Kansas. I don't really understand it, but anyway. But
That's
yeah,
probably where that saying came from.
What?
We're not in Kansas anymore.
oh yeah, I've heard that. You're not in Kansas anymore.
You boys get robbed there. All the celebrity homes get nicked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there probably wouldn't be the best clientele around the back streets there, I'd say, no, to be honest. But yeah, you'd have to bring, anyway, well past that job we're going to, you'd have to bring everything you think could possibly go wrong that isn't an easily accessible part. Hydraulic hoses, blah, blah, tyres, no bother. But like, it's...
Slip clutches.
Yeah, do you know, slip clutches, anything, sensors that are coming to go, like, and with dealing with the likes of harvesters in those years, you'd start to get good and you'd know what's going to go. Because, like, to get them from 15 hours away, like, it's not really an option. It's not really an option. And there's no class dealer really up around there. And if there is, it's only combines. They don't specialise in harvesters.
And do John Deere or American companies not have their own make a harvester?
They do, yeah. And not too bad a one, but just not too good. And
Just not good enough.
so basically, he finally gave in. For years, like, it was always mainly class, but he always kept 2 John Deeres just to let class know that I'm not afraid to go if I want to. But I'd say he's after throwing in the towel now because he got rid of the 2 of them. Like, in a 500-acre pivot, the 9900i John Deere with a 12-row header and a class 990 with a 12-row header doing the exact same field, after 2 laps, the class will be looking to overtake it or telling your man, here, pull in.
Jeez, that's not great, is it?
2 laps of a 500-acre field, so like, it's not really that long when it's the same distance they're both travelling to get back around. If the class started off in front after 2 laps, apparently the story goes, Liam Walsh was saying, here buddy, come on in now, throw it away, give up the towel, like,
No one ever chanced the big crone.
They did. Blake did, didn't they?
he did, and I don't know really about it. Look, I'd love to see an 1180. I'd love to get into one and see it, but even if it was better, the backup isn't there for
Yeah.
where you want to get
It's
it.
parts.
Parts.
like if you ever
Yeah.
any major silage outfit will have a class on it, and even if it does break down more, it's so easy to repair.
I think 52% of the, we'll say, feed that's
Market.
chopped in the world is chopped by a class. So I don't know.
I'd be surprised now if I figure one tiny little bit more. I'd say, would it not? No.
52%.
Is it? Yeah, it's still, that's decent, I suppose. Well, like,
Well, I'm sure the
you
other,
can have a set of knives. If you knock back a knife, which in a 9 series is rare, like, oh, if you're right decent, you have them all ready to go. Like, you're talking an hour, like, full set knives in, gone. And that's for, like, not even your best of the best mechanic. Like, that's...
They say 1 in 5 men are gay. Which one is it, lads?
Jesus. I'd say you're the closest there,
I have 4 sex trophies, so I can't be gay.
How do you get 4 sex trophies?
Yes, they're called kids. Would your parents be delighted to see you coming home? Or did they ever go, would you ever just come home and
the
settle
mother's
down?
thinking of all these reasons why I shouldn't go.
Yeah.
Like, she's on about Trump now. I said to her, like, they're delighted now Trump got in, like, and she reckons I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. It's like, I'm agreeing with Trump, like.
Everyone's a conspiracy. I never seen anyone to be, it's so divided.
It's a big,
Like, America's so divided. Their media is mental.
chaotic.
Sure, it's fake news, apparently, isn't it?
But it's all fake on each end. It's just so...
I reckon, like COVID, like they're watching the outlet, watching numbers in the evenings, like, and I'm like, what are you watching this for? And all this. I know is any news good. I know you're doomed anyway. I reckon you're just better off just plodding along there and being blind to some of it, to be honest.
Just like me.
I reckon you are better off.
Bliss.
Ignorance is bliss, but what is it called? I don't know. I think it's hard to figure it out. It's hard. It's very hard to find real information
I'd
anyway.
say try and take it in from both sides and kind of just
Try to find middle ground.
Yeah, middle ground, and try and break it down and see what you make of it.
I think it's more so people just angry. I think people just vote now because I don't want the other people because I'm just angry and I don't agree with anything that's going on and I don't believe anyone. And well, America's some country though to make money.
But some money, some place to print it.
It's getting harder, I think, to live the American dream that, say, your relations or cousins back in the day lived. Do you know, like, it was very easy. Like, if you go to, like, Boston, New York, like, I'd say... Opportunities, like, a lad would be down in the pub back in the day and we're like, geez, I need someone to go roofing, would you have a number from? And Paddy right beside you would be like, geez, sure, I do a bit of that. And he'd go home and he'd buy roofing 101 then in the evening and that'd be that done. And that's the way a lot of them did it, like, sure, they all made their money and went out. No, it's getting a bit... This gap is falling harder to do, but it's still possible, definitely out in Texas. If you got residency or anything, you could definitely set up your company and make money because a lot of them are, not all of them, a shot of them are lazy in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have to go at all, like.
Well, not an awful lot of people are able to go like that. Like, I don't think I'd be able to do I wouldn't be able to do that any hours. My wife wouldn't let me.
You want no
Probably not
responsibility.
now. We have done them though.
We have done them, but
Have
you wouldn't
done
do them
them,
now.
but probably not.
It's probably a young man's game.
Once you go over 40,
Like,
But like that, Alan Clark's podcast there with Jermaine the Eagle and them.
yeah.
When they went out there, like, that's how they done it. Like, just met a fella and they got a number and went out,
That was it, yeah.
and that's how they got the work.
That's what you did.
Yeah, more or less. Got the number before I left. And
The irony is, you're the guy now that people are going to be ringing.
Oh, I don't know about
well,
that.
sure, we can't do a whole pile. Like, we can only point them in the right direction, really.
That's all anyone can
There
do.
was a time now, alright, but now I know it's getting too known now with social media now. There nearly have to be more background checks done because there's a lot of duds coming. I'm not saying Irish duds, but there is, it's not to paint and say the Irish are great, but there is the odd dud coming, like.
Yeah, I think that is social media. People see, because we even see it with forestry and everything.
Yeah.
You see the fancy bit of it, but you don't see the countless hours. You know, the monotony.
11 or 12 o'clock at night there, like the
Changing fingers on a drum, yeah.
two of us, lined in the dirt.
yeah, but that's the bit you never see on
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Or
There could be a
YouTube or
snake
whatever.
coming. There could be a snake coming up then to bite you, and you wouldn't be able to
fuck.
see it.
Oh
or
yeah.
not.
So what's the crack with them?
Snakes.
They're in Texas, definitely. Yeah.
Scorpions.
I
I've
haven't
never
seen
a
any of
scorpion,
them.
no. There's rattlers and vipers and but we're like the worst. There's a few different type of rattlers, I'm sure, but the worst ones are more south. But no, the bite of like
A baby is the worst because it doesn't know how much venom to inject, so it just loads it all into you, and that's game over. I think you have 45 minutes after. But if you don't have anti-venom on you, apparently every crew leader is supposed to have anti-venom, but I've never seen any crew leader have it. But
Has anyone ever got bitten? They ask you to suck them.
I haven't seen anyone get bitten yet anyway. That's why they wear the cowboy boots, so that it stops them. They jump to us. No, they could jump up here, but 9 times out of 10, that's what the cowboy boots are for. Is they're there to protect you as well.
Your Sheen is going to get it. Like that's the kind of the level they go.
That makes sense.
But like the trouble is, if you do get bitten, like you have to find what bit you. For the right anti-venom. Like, not necessarily it's going to be a rattler, like, unless if you heard it, you would probably, it is a rattler, like, but if a viper or something bit you, how are you to know unless you find the fucking thing?
What about scorpions and stuff?
I haven't seen any of them now.
I don't think they can kill you though, can they?
They don't. It's only like I'd say there's only no dart, like a bad shock or something. I'd say.
I fucking hate them yokes.
Scorpions, yeah.
Like
there's black and white ones, is there?
Racist.
I've only seen.
Fuck the race.
Oh, there's a special shot. Is it in Texas Roadhouse? Where it's like a scorpion's tail.
That's right, yeah.
What's that shot again? It's like a scorpion.
Oh, I've seen that on telly.
Tail, yeah.
Yeah. It's in the tequila.
You're supposed to eat it afterwards. Yeah, tequila, I think.
Yeah, it's a tequila with a scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Twin Peaks or was it thing?
Is it planked? The worm is inside, is it?
No, that's tequila, isn't it?
Yeah,
tequila's a worm. There's a worm in the bottom.
Is there? Yeah.
Well, some of it.
What are we up now?
That's just scorpion there. Is it? I don't know. Was it Texas Road? There was a shot there. It could be Twin Peaks or Texas Road. There, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, there's a full scorpion in it.
Yeah, and you can eat it. Lads eat it after the shot.
So the Chinese be eating them flat out,
that's the beetle, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
How come you never went to China?
No, there's a bit of silage in China.
There's a lot of
silage in China.
That's all where all the big second-hand harvesters know.
His customer is Asian, I believe, who buys the ones that have gone out through the cycle.
I've started a new page. It's a social media. What did you set me up on? What's it called?
Blue Sky.
No, it's another one, the red one. Red No. It's like Chinese TikTok.
Hat fucking.
And it's fucking hard to navigate. It's still in Chinese, like. But someone decided cutting out there.
Is there? Have you seen it on it?
Yeah, it's on it. And it's actually good because the algorithm just shows me machines and Porsches and stuff.
There's another
loads and loads of harvesters.
There's an Uzbekistan cotton harvest that a lot of Irish go on that you wouldn't have heard of. Uzbekistan cotton harvest. Have you ever heard of it there? There's an Irish lad setting it up. I've never done it yet now. Obviously, I don't think I will do it. But yeah, there's a lot of lads that go out there and there's serious money in that as well.
Live where you see the huge big round bales.
They do that up in Kansas as well. There's a big area for it. They'll be going around. These bales are what, 12 foot high?
Of cotton.
Yeah. I don't know, none of the right big ones are there, yeah. But it's a massive thing.
Cotton picking.
What did I see that? Like there's a truck with like a conveyor bed or something.
It can suck them
back up onto
so it's got spikes. And
is there spikes?
It's spikes, yeah. And it's done on a gear drive thing, land drive thing. Whereas he reverse.
It turns the bed at the speed.
It turns the bed in. You can put it on forward. It is interesting, yeah. There's a lot of that going on.
And that's for cotton?
Yeah.
And how did they do that before the machines?
Oh, we'll have to look back in history. I don't know about that.
Racist.
I knew you couldn't get away with us calling him a cotton picking bastard.
It's very interesting, lads.
It is, yeah.
Do you ever think, would you ever be out in, because sometimes like when I was out in different countries, you just forget and it's just every day, but have you had a moment where you go, I can't believe this is my life?
Yeah, a couple of days, yeah.
What's the most memorable?
Oh, definitely.
I think Guyman's fairly nice, yeah. When we landed up, say, we could have been whatever one morning, and then I realised I had to tell the truck dispatcher, there's only 7 lads here loading. And like I was clearing all the trucks off the road because the DOT were already bad enough with us.
Yeah.
With weight and stuff. And
that's like the RSA out there.
Yeah. And I was like, get off the road now before there's an accident. There's 250 trucks lined up waiting for the spouts to go up and get filled. And once you get rid of one round, 110 mile an hour trip, well, what do you know? The first one's coming back in the gate.
Go away.
There's no break.
And you weren't loving it, like, and we didn't.
I wasn't loving it. I don't know, but we started segregating them now. We're only like
batches of
60 lorries would leave every 10 minutes from the main yard, so that we give a bit of break and not have 250.
And would anyone ever give you a tip? Like, would the boss lad ever give you a tip?
No. Well, you might get a bonus if you had a very good year at the end.
So they're checking your production.
Oh, we're rated in every job.
How do you fall on the ratings, lads?
So
He would-
ratings wouldn't matter to me because he gets the
No,
ratings.
I sort of get rated on every job I do, and it'll be done in a tier list and what quality the feed went in, difficulty of the job. I never find out how you do. I know I haven't had any very bad ones anyway.
What, is it up to you about the moisture when you? Is it?
Unfortunately, yeah.
How do you control the moisture?
Oh, I
How
reckon
long
I'm
does cut
still.
it?
I reckon I'm still winging it, but it's how early you cut.
So you have to choose when you're cutting.
I have to get it. I'll be taught like this wheat silage has to come in at. Oh, let's just go alfalfa because that's the more difficult one I'm used to. Alfalfa, it has to be like 38 dry matter to 45. That's my golden thing. And if I start and get texts from the scale house say it's gone too high, it's up to me to try and change it.
How though?
Leave the moors closer. Wait until a dew comes at night and chop it in a dew. Or just sometimes you can get very bet up about getting it in at this. Like the company's getting paid then at it coming in at the dry matter, the right dry matter. If it's not coming in at right dry matter, the company's losing, the dairyman's losing, and I'm getting my head chewed off it. No, thank God it don't happen too often, but it's, I don't know. There is a bit of an act to it. You just get. It's all about the feel of it.
Yeah. Did you ever get in trouble out there for doing something wrong?
I didn't do anything. Cause
I don't know. No, not too bad. Yeah.
Go on, tell me.
Don't.
Don't be shy.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He takes it in good form. Not me, no, but there was a lad there from Meath. I felt so very sorry for him. He put DEF into the diesel
Oh,
of a
What's
9.
DEF?
Sorry,
AdBlue.
AdBlue. Sorry, I know I called it AdBlue, but over there it's all DEF. The poor man, like I'd say, it was half my fault. Oh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't my fault. He
How
put,
much
he
did he
put
put in?
16 gallons into a 300-gallon tank of diesel for 990, and it was idling. Oh, he'd be full now. He put this on. He won't mind. He's all
do
right.
you want to just don't let me choose?
But he was a great lad, and sure, it was idling the engine, and then it conked. It all crystallised.
Sure, everyone makes fucking it. That's easy to do.
It is easy do, but I'd ring, and it's not easy do when you're 15 hours away and you ring the boss and I say, well, this engine is, it's not toast, but the whole fuel system's after crystallising, and you tell him why. He's like, your man put DEF into the diesel, and he's like, well, let's get him on down the road, and unfortunately I had to fire that man.
Go away.
He was a sound skin though. I still talk to him. Good old crack now.
Oh my god. It's awful. It's
One
not
was
So you're
there.
probably talking about 30 grand of a fuel system to be
Yeah.
redid there,
Yeah.
like.
I know. Well, sure, suppose. Look, if he's easy to
It
replace.
wasn't. I didn't really want to fire him, but like sort of.
I know a lad to put urea into a diesel tank. Thought it was green diesel we were robbing, but it wasn't. It was urea. In the forest, you paint butts,
Yeah.
and we call that urea.
Yeah.
And years ago, like, we all use green diesel. Like, when you started somewhere, you go, are you going to give us diesel or are we robbing it? And most of the time they'd say, you might as well take it so. Because it was very hard to go home when you were poor and you were a young lad and the big
diesel light on.
diesel fucking tank there, sure, you'd chance your arm.
Very hard to pass it by.
But there was also a tank of urea for painting the butts.
Oh yeah.
And everything was gravity flow and just lift up the tank and fill it up, and then it was filled up with fucking this blue urea and off down the road and fucked up the engine.
That was you, was it?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh,
But I could have done it just as handy. I've often done the stupid thing. Not much, Mick, as you know.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've never made a mistake, Tucker.
I plenty of them now.
Go on, tell me your worst one.
Just I can't think of them now.
Ah, isn't that fucking clever, isn't it? You drive lorries as well.
Yeah.
And you didn't go driving them over in America.
No. Well, you wouldn't. I'd say we wouldn't be left at
the Irish license doesn't transfer over. If you wanted to get a CDL, the easiest way is transfer Irish to Canadian, because I know with their Commonwealth thing they accept an EU license, and then Canadian to H2A. You could do that if you wanted.
Could you draw? You could draw the silage, though, could you?
They won't let any Europeans do it, or they just want the Mexicans to drive the lorry. There's a few Americans that would drive from, not many.
Yeah.
I'd say out of 600 lorries they have, maybe about 10 of them are driven by non-Mexicans, maybe 10.
Fuck.
and there wouldn't be aircon in 3/4 of them. They sign a contract. We cannot guarantee aircon in your vehicle. Half of them then are staunch. They'll just have no dust. They'll rather have no dust and sweat in the cab. Some lads then will just be going around with the old COVID masks, and they've no, because it's all dust. Oh, there's some dust out there. Them dirt roads and everything, like there'll be
I
dust.
can imagine.
And slabs of water inside the passenger seat. Then.
Oh yeah, we'll be in the hotel.
Drink it in and
We'll
sweat
be
it
in the
out.
hotel in the morning, and they'll be getting up the spare bag, well not a spare bag, and they'll just be filling that with ice down into their igloo cooler, and just be pulling out of that all day.
Wow. There's no easy money anymore, is there?
Like it'll be up to like 45 degrees there, like.
And they and road rangers then, and the engine right in front of them, and they're driving forward, and all that heat coming back, like. Oh, them lads! I don't. Some lads abuse them on the horn. I'd be telling lads, like, once you're there a long time, like, it's not easy driving a road ranger in a field. Let alone this lad who barely knows how to drive a harvester, beeping at you forward, back, going up and down the speed. Just pick a speed, fill the front of him, fill the back of him, top it off, leave him off. There's only front or back of the trailer. There's no in between. Like, your spout moves.
And when you go back now next year, will it be all familiar faces?
Truck drivers, yeah. There's some lads there 10 years, just constantly bringing money back home. Usually operators 1 to 2 seasons. And then if a lad wants to start to go up the ladder and get a few more bob, you'll have lads then who'll be sort of crew leading and supervising, and they'll be there anywhere to, some of them can be there 10 years, some of them could be there 5 years, just depends.
Culturally, what's the differences, the main difference between American men and Irish men, do you think?
Oh, they're getting locked down fast and rapid. They'll have wives like really quick. They'll have wives like
Is that because it's a religious area?
yeah, it's Bible bashing. No, well, Bible. They're all Christian, like, isn't it Christian?
Every kind of a thing. There's Baptist.
Oh yeah, there's
Mennonites. Fucking.
there's so many minorities out there. Do you know, like here it's one or the other. You're either a Protestant or a Catholic. There's a book. There's a book on it out there, like.
There's 8 or 10 different churches in Dalhart, like.
Really?
What is mental stuff, like?
Bless me, Jesus!
All that crazy shit, yeah.
And do you go to mass out there, lads?
I went one morning, yeah.
Was there loads of singing in yours?
It was much the same as the mass here.
That's a different type of one you're thinking of, where they're all like this.
Yeah,
You're thinking of the gospel.
Yeah.
No, this is a Northern Catholic church. But that's much the same as he rattled on a bit after the gospel, alright. But other than that, it was the same. They prayed for rain at the end, alright.
Pray for rain.
Yeah, didn't special.
Jesus Christ!
No, it was nothing like that.
Oh, it's not that.
It was normal, like.
Fucking anyway, lie to me. Tell me a lie, goddammit.
Don't let the truth stand in the way of a good story.
Yeah. And when you go home and you're after finishing your season and you're like, God, I don't think I'll go back, or do you be there looking forward to this little bit of break and then I'll go back, or do you ever go, that's it now, I'm done now, and then after a week or that, no, I can't wait to go back?
No, I kind of saying looking forward to the kind of catching up with everyone, and
So are you organised to go back now?
not yet, no, not. But
He will be back.
I'm on the system to go back, like.
To America.
Yeah.
When are you going back?
Oh, middle of April. I usually leave it as late as possible because I work when I come home as well. Like,
What are you working at?
I work in a quarry. I work in a quarry and drive a lorry for a local man in Clare. It's grand. I like it.
Do you want to give him a shout out there?
Shane Ryan in Western Excavations or
And
Western
Shane.
Solar. He
Raised there for
the only
big man.
the great thing about him is like he'll have you at anything since I've been a young lad. Like, you could be mechanicking spanners, you could be driving you could be driving a dumper, a digger, a crusher, a lorry. He will throw you at anything, mechanicking and all that. He will throw you at anything.
And because you've been travelling around, have you got a nickname like the Texan or anything?
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
Wasn't
expecting that one. No.
Cabbage.
Why did you get that name?
I actually don't rightly know.
Was it right, though?
I actually don't know. They just called me Cabbage. Yeah.
And when you went out to America and that, and they ask you what's your name, you go, you can call me Cabbage.
Yeah. Dan or Cabbage, yeah. There was this one lad from Georgia. Georgia's a right deep south place, and he's a very respectful man, Vic. No, gas
Vic.
man. He goes, "Hey, Mr. Cabbage." Hey, Mr. Cabbage. Oh, he's a funny man, no, Vic.
That is funny. So,
About the evening you bought him dinner after finishing the job.
Oh, he kept getting this catfish at Roadhouse. And like he's your typical Georgian lad. And I said,
Come out with the head and everything.
oh, I don't even know. I've never even looked at it. But the catfish would be something I wouldn't go for. But it's a big Georgian deep south thing. I was like, geez, did you ever get the steak there? The sirloin's lovely. I can't cabbage. Ain't got no teeth.
Oh,
I forgot then, sure, you used, yeah, should let it, no teeth, yeah.
Gums him, lad.
He's a great man,
Did
though.
he eat a lot of what do they call it? It's not shrimp. What is it fucking called? There's loads of these little, they're like little lobsters.
Yeah, it's like a seafood broil they have
Yeah.
over there. Yeah, we went down around on a trip there to Louisiana and Alabama and all that there this winter before we finished.
Is it
and,
true to say about Alabama?
what? The inbred thing, is
Yeah.
it? There's a few rare breeds down there now. There's no
I
doubt.
seen some statistics and it fucking blew my mind. You can look them up there.
I don't know if you want to fry a catfish now. I would be too gone in one. Look at it there.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Is that's the one they catch underarm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that, yeah. You can, yeah. Weird thing, yeah.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
I seen a lad in the film putting in something other in his hand.
Jesus Christ.
No, there's no fucking way that young lad got that. Oh, look, your man's head's fucked. His hair's fucked. Oh, his hair's fucked.
Fucking big.
Do you wear cowboy hats out there?
No.
For the shade, no.
No.
Don't need them.
Bother.
You
So-
get looked at there.
Yeah,
if you came
so-
out with an Irish accent, it'd be a form of disrespect to the local
So
rancher.
really the ranchers kind of wear the hats.
Even if a farmer who was just dairy farming didn't nearly half look at you sideways if you had one on, you'd know.
Be yourselves, I suppose, more than a stereotype.
So you'd recommend any young lad do it? Go to New Zealand first,
New Zealand first.
not Australia.
No. If you're into the machinery and the silage, don't bother going to Australia, in my opinion. I'd reckon just go to New Zealand. Pick not a massive contractor. Pick a small one. Because if you go to a massive contractor, I see countless again,
Yeah.
they have too many staff. You're not even allowed to fix your machine in the off time, and you'll just be on one machine for the whole season. You go to a small contractor, like, I'm not saying Nagel, but if you go to Nagel,
So Ellesmere's the same.
you'll get hours. You'll be out there till 3 in the morning.
And you'll be driving a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything once the main pressure goes off. And if there's a rain day, that lad'll say, go into the shed and be at whatever you want to be at. And he won't even look at you. He won't. If you want help, he'll look at you. But he won't be checking up on you. Or what are you doing and all this, like. But go there, have the experience, you'll enjoy it. And then, like, it's an eye-opener how big it is out there. And I thought, jeez, this is massive. Well, by God, when I went to America, I realised what massive was. Oh, my God. Sure, it's like going into a dealership of dealerships. There's 50 harvesters lined up. It's ridiculous.
I'd say it's just something you have to see to believe it, don't you?
Yeah. The pictures and videos don't do much justice.
There was a video came out there. Sure, it didn't even get a full picture of the 120-acre pivot, like. Sure, it is massive.
When you're out there, what do you use as a connection to home? Like, are you ringing the lads every day? Or?
Sure, you're working with the lads, so it is grand. Like, I'd usually always I'd try to have at least 2 or 3 Irish on my crew.
Yeah.
If I was just having South African or something, like, nothing wrong with them. Some of them are great lads, but I'd always have to have 1 or 2, like, just to have it. You'd always have it away.
What you're doing sounds a lot more intense than what you see lads putting up pictures of. You know, this auto steer, and they're really just going through
There's
TikTok.
none of that. There's none of that. There's none of that. Absolutely none of it. Sure, we have to blow down and every night and do everything right. Like the machine will go on fire in Texas quicker than any place ever. Like, just so dry and dusty.
So every even that compressor's there, everything has to be blew out.
120
Blow it
CFM compressor, sure, the handle will be red hot by the time 7 lads get away from it, and it'll be overheating. And that'll be in night time. It'll be overheating still. Oh, it is safety.
So how much sleep would you get?
Sure, but you go home, the first thing you're going to do when you go back to the hotel is go for a shower, because you'll be riddled in dust.
Sometimes it could be 4 to 7 hours depending on the season. A night. Sometimes it could be 4 or 5. Like, yeah, it could, couldn't it? Oh, it could, yeah.
Fuck.
A
So-
week of that, then and it'll start catching up with you. Then, like you'll be tired in the morning getting up, and just once you get up and get out, you'll be
second wind.
Yeah.
And have you ever got sick out there?
I got very bad. I
didn't know,
got
to
some
be fair.
bite from a spider. I could barely move my neck. It was massive, and I just kept thinking it'd go away. It just didn't go away. I'd always let something run its course. Just this did not go away.
So you'd go to the hospital.
I did, and they gave me something there anyway, and I went to another one then. There was a tablet thing. I mixed the two of them together anyway. After 2 days, it seemed to. I couldn't move my neck. I was going like this at crossroads trying to look out. It's septic now.
Fuck.
And when I went to meet the lads in the pub was when I realised it was very bad, because they're like, Jesus, there's something wrong with you.
Just cabbage, you look like a turnip. You mean go for it.
You're like, there's something wrong here anyway.
Fuck.
I wouldn't like to get like break an arm or get sick out there.
The price bill is ridiculous.
Medical stuff out there is
20
crazy.
grand, 20 grand to have a child out there, like, and if you don't have the money, like, the visa will be cancelled, like, for next year. If you get sick out there, like, it could be an awful fortune. You could run up 80 or 100 grand of a bill if you got something semi-serious.
Then Ben got 5 stitches or something, and it was $1,500 or $1,800 or something.
That'd be sort of, yeah, not too bad. There was Jack Fennell that he got an appendix or something. I think it was 80 or 100 grand or something.
Oh, Jesus.
You know?
Jesus, that's serious.
That's a big bill, like.
Yeah, that's a big bill. We'll have fucking corn to cut then to pay that. I can't go home this year, farmer. Why? I fucking got my appendix out. That's fucking crazy.
They leave you at the side of the road there, I think, if they can't pay there sometimes. In some
I
situations.
thought that we had stuff on our actual passport that they have to look after us. Like an Irish
Actually,
person.
I think there is something. I don't know. No, Jack Fennell, right from Kildare. I don't know.
Like that's the whole idea of a visa. When you get a visa and you're over in that country, their job while you're in your visa is to treat you the same as in your country.
I had insurance going out there.
That'd be a separate, separate thing you took.
I took out myself. Like.
The serious thing about New Zealand is they're very good. If you've no insurance, if you get very injured out there, I know one lad, he broke his leg. Like, they'll take your they'll take your last 3 weeks' paychecks and they'll get an average and they'll pay you your wages while you're off work. The government will.
That's cool.
And pay for your free healthcare. That's a fairly good country. Like, they'll pay for your wages and everything while you're off.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a big difference.
Oh, that's compared to America, you definitely wouldn't be getting your wages anyway out there.
And do you know any lads working in Canada? Is Canada fucked?
Don't actually.
Your man resigned, so it shouldn't be too bad, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a fucking dope, isn't he? The new lad looks very hot.
Who's the new lad?
I don't know, but I seen an interview of, not sexually hot now. I seen him doing an interview where he's eating an apple and they're trying to get this weird statement out of him, and he was like, "Oh, you're using the O'Donnell's playbook. What book? What page?" And he's eating away the apple. Who said that? Name the person. And he keeps saying, "You keep talking about this playbook. What is it?" And then your man just give up.
Oh yeah, like he was trying to use it's like something your man Patterson or was it?
Jordan Peterson.
Or Peterson.
Yeah. Look it up. It's you'll see it. Canadian new Prime Minister eating apple. I think it'll come up on.
There's someone eating an apple there now.
Oh, that's it.
All right.
That is exactly it.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of
you hear
your
that?
sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean,
What do you mean by that?
certainly you tap very strong
that off.
ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean, it's that type
I
of
almost never
ideological
talk about.
thing.
I never really talk about left
But
or right.
anyways, a lot
I
of
don't
people
really believe in that.
Okay. A lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
Like who?
I don't know who, but
Well, you're the one who asked the question, so you must know somebody.
okay. I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
What are you
also
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me the page? Give me the page. You keep saying
in terms of turning things quite dramatically in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a
looking at him,
it's
it's
quite
like,
a play that you
fucking
make on it. So I'm
I'm not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question
Okay,
is.
then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense.
You made a fair go out of him.
I know. And do you know what I think is really sticking all these people? It's just common sense.
Yeah.
It's just nobody has an answer to just common sense.
Joanne Trump's new press secretary is fairly good.
Yeah, she is.
She's handing them back to him now.
What about the Secretary of Defence? The lad who was accused of being in a strip club.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
strip-
yeah.
No, what was that?
Oh, lad, I don't even
This is
know.
reckless stuff. He brought all the gang working with him to a strip club and got pissed. He was
Strip
up
club
the
in Paul,
stage.
and then they had to be restrained to get him off the strip. And apparently it was all true. And your man's like, yeah, I did do that. That guy, yeah. Oh, he was
Yeah.
brilliant.
And this, but the new, your man, the borders there, is it? He's in charge of no.
Oh, taking away the
The immigrants, yeah.
What was it someone said to him? Is there any way that you can deport these people without separating families? He go, yeah, bring them all back.
That's the guy, yeah.
His own mother said it, ratted him out there and everything. Whatever it was.
Fucking hell. So, did you vote for anyone in Ireland?
We couldn't. We were away for a trip.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
From
No, there's no online ballot or anything like that. No.
And would you get into politics now when you get home?
I'd
When
be
you're
interested. Like, sure, I'd be watching it, all right.
The old lad is Fianna Fáil since the day I died, but like, there's never any change here. It seems to be just Fianna Fáil. And
Everyone
Fianna-
just votes for whoever they voted before.
But
Yeah.
like, I think a lot of it is like they keep getting in because the public sector, they're on cushy jobs. They'll just keep voting. I mean, there's so many of them, and it's jobs.
It should be changed by now. Like, sure, like how's Sinn Féin getting a majority and then doesn't have any right seat then at the party? Like, sure, how does that? Not that I'm saying I agree with them, but like, how does that make sense when they're getting a majority vote?
I think the
This coalition is nonsense.
Irish people are so quiet. It's like with the speed limits coming in. It's crazy.
I think that'll be overturned. How are they? The only reason there's not uproar is half people don't know about it. But once they go out on the roads and they realise,
think
Well,
gonna
it's going to be too late
It'll
then.
be too late then. It's in. It's in.
sure, wasn't even optioned. It was just sanctioned to go in, wasn't it? There wasn't even a choice in the matter.
Like,
Yeah.
it's next week now. They're being changed, right?
7th of February, yeah.
Yeah, and the council around the roads, like all week, putting up 80-kilometre signs in 80, like signs
Yeah.
that is going to be taken down next week, like.
Yeah. I know.
Oh yeah,
still
they're
putting them up.
fixing from the
Yeah.
storm. Yeah, they're fixing
Yeah.
them from the storm.
The whole fucking thing's gone to fuck.
But sure, there's what was this wall? There's a couple of 100,000 they
The
built.
OPW wall,
Yeah.
the overly priced wall. They were
There's a
calling
sign down in Bantry, 675,000 or something for a sign.
So did you see our fancy bus stop out the road?
No, I didn't take any notice.
What was that? 600,000.
600,000.
Wait.
Well, there was two. One,
two
one each side of the road.
Yeah.
a standard one that would hold about 10 people.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is, and there's no accountability. That's the biggest thing, like.
That's the most annoying thing.
But sure, it's constantly happening. Sure, there's just children's hospital is ridiculous. Like, sure.
That's mental. It's hard to get your head around.
But like, yeah, everything seems to go overpriced, and like we keep paying, but sure, nothing will ever happen. It like, sure, it's ridiculous.
Well, it's just that we're paying for it. It's like if I have a shop there and if I overprice everything, just everyone stop buying it.
Yeah.
But if the taxpayer was paying for it and someone else is saying whether they're gonna or not and ordering it, it's a different story. It's all happening in the dark.
If it's a bus stop like that, how does that cost 600,000?
That is
Two of them.
How did the bike shed cost 300 and fucking?
What was the other one?
36?
Was it a security hut and a bike shed? Was that it?
No, bike shed.
No, just bike shed.
No, but there was another thing
There
up
was,
there.
Well, the bike
Security.
shed doesn't seem too bad. On when a bus stop costs what, 600 and something.
Well, you know, you have
I
lights.
wouldn't have fucking concrete in a bus stop. The bike shed, like,
It's just
I was
steel and glass.
expecting it to see
Yeah.
a shed. Sure, it's only fucking perspex.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
It's crazy
harmless.
stuff.
That's him and Ryan for you boys now.
He done some
He
right.
gone now anyway, sure, didn't he?
I don't know why he's gone.
The
He should be dumped at sea with concrete boots. To work.
our national school, our local national school, they put in a bike rack with a like that's perspex
Yeah.
canopy up over it.
Yeah.
Simple thing. And it was, I don't know what the word. Look, I think about 10,000 or something. There was 2 or 3 of them put in,
Jesus.
and I was saying some waste because none of the kids cycle to school anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was bad. Jesus,
Yeah,
when you
just
seen that one up
see this
there,
now.
Yeah, I know. What's your plans for the future? 10 years, perfect life, Cabbage, go.
Oh, I would mind having my own lorry back here in Ireland now, and just I know I haven't getting not a handy contract, but a constant contract where there's constant work coming in.
Drawn
So-
timber.
Yes, anything. I'd chance anything. Yeah.
Would you go to the wood?
I'd like to. I don't know what's the best option is for the wood. Get an Arctic with a normal 3-axle trailer, or go rigid and. You kept saying there's dolly and there's normal one, straight bar, isn't there?
The rigid would be
Which one have you done? You've done the
I've drove the rigid and drag
Yeah, what drag is that? Is that the dolly drag?
boat.
What is it?
So when I first started, it's weird. When you first get it and you have the drawbar trailer, it's great because it's like a tractor trailer.
That's the normal
and
one,
it's
yeah.
nice to drive.
can back it.
And then everyone's telling you, that's not a great joke for the wood. And you're there, well, I disagree because I think it's a great joke. And they'll say, I'm telling you, you're going to get caught. And then you go into a round turntable someday, and not just do you get caught, you get jam caught that you can't do anything.
You can't get yourself back
Yeah,
out.
no, there's some of them are underslung and they're better.
They're not better.
They're not, no. Then you get a dolly.
Drawbar hangs on the middle of the road because it goes in under the lorry.
Oh yeah.
That's a bollock.
Oh, it pivots
Plus-
it from further back. Is that
No,
what you're
it
starting to
goes
say?
in under the back of the lorry.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
And the draw hitch is up near the back axle. But it leaves you with a really long drawbar, which makes it good and steady on the road. Put your drawbars down on the fucking wood road.
So you're getting caught.
Yeah,
are you?
and plus if you go around the corner then your pivot points from the back axle, it's nearly like
And
drawing
then
an
when
Arctic
you
trailer.
get the dolly trailer,
Fucking dirt.
the first day you get it, it's so nice on the road. Like it follows the wheels. It's lovely. And then you have to back
Wherever the
it.
truck will go, it'll go.
But you back it. And the first day, it takes a while, doesn't it?
That does, yeah.
Like, I mean, like, it just takes a while to just,
Yeah, I've driven in New Zealand,
yeah,
and like there's just the secret I think is little and often.
yeah.
The kind of small.
But you would
turns,
get him in now anywhere, though, wouldn't you? You
Well,
can
if
back
you-
him right beside yourself, even.
If
Oh, you
get-
can get them hooking
Yeah.
around yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's it. So married, dolly trailer, timber.
I never really said married. No, I don't know. I have to wait till I come home anyway to find a woman. But go on with you.
Are you looking for a woman?
Not at the moment. Sure, I'll be gone for another 2 or 3 years. I'd say.
He told me before anyway, the episode he's looking for 6'4" blonde nurse. Yeah. And Tucker.
It's a buy a handy size cottage. It's kind of door upper. Like after a few years, save up now and buy one and something handy like. And either buy a digger or else buy a lorry. I don't know. Or else just get a. I don't know. I see. How are you better off working? I don't know.
I know our contracts that easy got now for a lad, no owner operator as a lorry.
Yeah.
Really, to be honest.
It's hard to get a contract for one lorry.
I know.
You're
Sure,
not
yeah.
allowed to go to
You
anybody
really
with
need to
one.
know the people. You need to know places. Yeah, where you'll get brought in, like or not.
Yeah.
I suppose. But if you build relationships with lads, you like all these things are possible. I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that's important is if you're not afraid to work, you have a great chance of getting on, and you're not afraid to work anyway.
No, I suppose. Yeah, sure. It is something that I stand to lad. All right.
And if you stay at boys, you might get to my level and be able to do the things I do. But hey, boys, thanks a million for coming.
Not about
Fair
it.
play
Really
to yourself.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Was it as bad as you thought?
Not so grand.
No, it's grand once you got the first 2 minutes out
The
of
man
it.
there saying he wasn't talking at all.
Yeah.
I'm just watching. I'm not talking at all.
Took the heat off me big time. Like.
Right, thanks a million, lads.
Sounds
Sound.
ideal.
Good crack.
I suppose, yeah, sure. It's grand to fill a gap.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was good. No, yeah.
You have to get the kettle going, huh?
Do you know what? The whiskey made me want Frosty.
I knew it.